Alright, what's up YouTube? So today I'm here with a Prince blueberry overview. Just want to grab a snack for my walk. So the Prince blueberry variety so happens to be one of my favorite. If we look here, you can see a couple of ripening berries. And I can actually see one ripe berry. I'm gonna try to show y'all the stem so y'all can see why it's ripe. But before that, I just want to do an overview of this specific plant. Let's get some of this shade out the way. So the Prince blueberry variety has a beautiful foliage to it. The berries, the swelling berries, as they're swelling before they start turning this pink color, they blend with the foliage very well. This plant right here is it's been in my garden for about 2 seasons, I believe, 2 to 3 seasons. I definitely harvested it at least 2 times. It's very productive. I didn't fertilize it at the time I should have, right before flowering. Once I saw the buzz developing, I should have fertilized then. I actually fertilized maybe about a month or so ago. So I was very late with the fertilization. The fruit set had already occurred by the time I fertilized. But next season, I expect to see much higher production. The birds got to a few of my plants, but they don't look like they got to Prince too much in comparison to my other plants. So I don't know why it's called Prince, but it's definitely an excellent variety regardless. Let's try to get an overview, a top view of it. That's the top view. So you can see some ornate colors on that foliage, on that new growth. So ripening signs, after the berries finish developing, you'll notice that they turn this pink color, which is a unique characteristic of rabbit eye blueberry varieties, which are typically grown in the South. Rabbit eye varieties tend to have a higher tolerance to more alkaline soils. So you can typically grow these in soils that are a little bit more alkaline than what blueberries would prefer in most cases. It's producing fruit by the cluster. Once they start turning that pink color, you'll notice that they start turning purple. Prince itself has a purple bluish tone to it. You'll know it's ripe once basically this pink stem. Let's look at the unripe berry, or look right here. You can see these undeveloped berries that still have the pink tip on them. They have the pink tip right here. You can see it has a pink stem. If you look behind it, the stem, or what I like to call the umbilical, you can see the umbilical is still pink. And if we look behind that, at the berry that's look like it's close to ripe, that also has a pink stem. Now, if we come on side of that berry to this one right here, we'll notice that this specific berry is the only fruit that has a not pink stem. If you can see that, it's more of a tan color, kind of green tannish, but it looks like it's gonna start drying out. So basically, that's a ripe Prince berry. You can eat them in this stage right here, but I prefer my berries fully ripe once that stem dies out. So I consider that the umbilical. If we look down here also, you can see pink stems. So that pink stem means that life is still moving through that stem, and the fruit is still developing. So I'm gonna harvest this one. I just wanna put this Brix meter down here for a quick moment. I wanna test the Brix level of the Prince blueberry. I want to start doing comparisons of them. So this one could have waited another hour or so because the stem turns totally brown once it's completely ripened. But this is basically prime. It should be in prime flavor right now, and it should be perfect condition for storing also. So that's a beautiful berry. Let's get this in the sunlight. So it's a very beautiful blueberry. Nice medium size. It's not small. And you can see the fruits up here. That's their typical size. Let's try to get this on the Brix meter. I'm just gonna crush this. Very juicy. Lots of pulp. Just push that pulp onto the lens. Let's try to get all the pulp. Thought I was gonna be able to eat this one. I'll eat the other one. All right. Just gonna push that onto the lens, and we're gonna do a sugar test. The tested sugar percentage, 13.1. Try this one. I just ate a little bit of that pulp, and that was delicious. But Prince always does taste good. Now here's one that has an imperfection on it. Even when they have these imperfections, it's still good. Just to show y'all, I bit off the imperfection, and you can see that inside is perfectly good. Now you see how white the pulp is. Oh, you can see it has a tinge of purple in it. If you notice, the berry that I just squeezed right before this one had a white pulp. So that pulp definitely turns color as the berry ripens, and I believe it may lose some of that violet tone to it once it's completely ripened. Let's try it. And even with a pink stem, when the blueberry is when the Prince blueberry is blue with the pink stem, it still tastes excellent. So this is definitely one of my favorite varieties out of just all of my blueberries that I'm growing. I highly recommend this one. I'm going to start taking cuttings of it so I can multiply it, and I can grow it in my other garden also. I wanna have a few plants of Prince. But this is a special variety, and it does so well in the heat. I mean, I'm in zone I and B. I don't like the water, and I mean you can just see it's flooded with fruits, and the birds. That's the main thing. The birds didn't get to this one like they got to my other plants. I mean, my other plants are just stripped down, and they got to this one, but not much. Just like how the berries form along those stems, it just makes it hard for the birds to access this variety. And if they are able to access it, it still makes it hard for the birds to see the berries until they start turning pink. So beautiful foliage color, medium vigor, low to medium vigor. Well, not low vigor, but it has about a medium vigor. Tolerant of slightly alkaline soils. Great flavor even when slightly underripe. Let's try one of these that's still you can see is very much still developing. Now that stem was completely pink, but now it's starting to turn a different color, so I could assume this one is ripening. Let's try this one. Yeah, so it's good when underripe, but very sweet when you harvest it at that stage that I said to harvest them at. See y'all in the next one.